All right. Quick on the video game awards that Jeff Keighley helps produce. I think does a pretty good job for what it, they're walking that line always with these video game awards with, is it an award show? Is it advertising for these game companies? Yes, that's the answer. But they need someone to sponsor and fund these fucking shows, And it's not like the Academy Awards where you have a separate academy that does it. So at least the Academy Awards isn't fucking running trailers for trailers for movies during the Oscars. But you got to put up with that with the Video Game Awards, whatever. It's kind of slimy, but you have to deal with it. So the Game Awards recently pulled 2 Nintendo fan projects from its nominations list, prompting questions about Nintendo's influence over the event from Eurogamer. I like Eurogamer. So they nominated a couple games that we talked about, one in detail. Pokémon Uranium was up for an award for fan game, as well as Project AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, where they took the Game Boy game and sort of made it Super Nintendo style. So, Project Uranium, we spoke about in the podcast before, who's out sick, by the way. I have to reiterate that for the YouTube audience. We marveled at the fact that this game was so well done, but we're disappointed in the fact that they didn't go that extra, even quarter mile to change the assets enough and names of creatures and trademarked sort of Pokeball and the name itself in order to create their own game. Would have gotten the same amount of attention? No, it would have not. But at least they could have had more solid footing in legality sense to putting this game out, making money, supporting maybe a burgeoning company to put out more games that obviously people want. Because was it 1.5 million people downloaded Pokemon Uranium? Now, obviously, with the Metroid 2 remake, a straight remake, that's a little bit more dicey there, or a lot more dicey, because it's kind of hard to take out the assets of a remake and have it be your own thing without, you can't do that. I understand that. So, Nintendo hasn't commented about what happened here, why they pulled these out of the fan. I mean, it's obvious, but I'll get into it. Why the fan projects have been pulled out of the nomination here. For Best Fan Creation. But it's been noted, Nintendo America boss Reggie Fils-Aimé, he's on the advisory board of the event. So there's no way on God's green earth I will get a Nintendo Switch in my hands tomorrow before a show that Nintendo is helping put together is going to feature Nintendo fan games that they shut down. That's just not happening. Put that back over there. It would have sent a bad message saying, hey guys, it's okay. We are honoring people that are stealing our copyrighted and trademark material and making games. Yay. They couldn't do that even if they wanted to, even to be cute about it. Their lawyers would put them in a chokehold before they would allow that. Their lawyers would send their own SWAT team after Nintendo, even if Nintendo wanted to. You can't do that. You have to control your copyright and trademarks when you're a company that big at all costs. You just can't do that. And that's not to say privately Nintendo's like, oh, this is really fucking awesome. We love these games in private. Hell, there's some good ideas in this Pokemon Uranium game. Maybe we can use that in our new Sun and Moon game. That's immaterial. They just can't publicly endorse or state that these games are okay, and let alone on a fucking award show. That would just open up Pandora's box of everyone else putting out their own fan games, and then Nintendo would have less of a legal grounding in order to come out against those games, because they could say, whoa, you didn't come out against these games at the award show. In fact, you helped them get an award, or you spotlight them. Nintendo can't do that. It ain't going to happen. My question is how it got that far. How did Nintendo allow them to be included in the nomination process to get that far in the first place, and now having to deal with this bullshit again where Nintendo looks like the bad guy for the 8th time this year when it comes to fan creations? Jeff Keighley might have some explaining to do there, how it got this far. You think, at what point were they like, oh yeah, those fan games Nintendo shut down? Yeah, it totally put them on the award show that Nintendo is helping us with. And it's showing advertisements during the show. Yeah, they're going to be cool with the fan games getting nominated and or winning. They'll be cool with that. Holy shit. It's just, again, I'm not saying these games don't deserve awards or they're not good, or maybe Nintendo can honor them in some way 10 years from now, or hell, best thing to do is maybe bring some of these creators on board and give them a job potentially. You know, maybe that could be a good reward at some point for their work. But you can't honor them publicly. They just can't do that. They just can't. They can't do that. They just can't. They're not Sega. People are going to get on, why are you attacking Sega? I'm not attacking Sega. I'm saying Nintendo has to do this. They're not in Sega's position. That's all the conversation. All the conversation. We'll get into that. Those weird fucking comments again from that Sega fan game that I saw. Holy shit. So yeah, they did a bad job because now there's only two games left for best fan creation. Brutal Doom 64 and Enderal: The Shards of Order. That's gonna be an awkward awards nomination by and the nominees are, well, there's only two, and I can't say why the other two are gone, but it's Nintendo's fault. And I'm sure Nintendo didn't want to do this. They're like, holy shit, can we get past Thanksgiving, having a nice Thanksgiving without us being reminded of how everyone hates our guts when it comes to fan projects? Like, Nintendo is like, you gotta be kidding me. We thought we were past the Pokemon Uranium and this Metroid 2 remake. Now we gotta deal with this bullshit again? They ain't happy about this. You know, now it's gonna be brought up that night and get him be more with it. Just like Hideo Kojima last year. That embarrassment, how Konami would have let the guy fucking show up. And now I think they're doing good this year. Good on them. They're having Kojima come out this year and honoring him this year. So there you go. There's a positive spin on companies, having a stranglehold, and then eventually the award show doing right by it. But yeah, it ain't going to happen with these games. Not at all.